Welcome to the December 9 Christmas gift. I'm going to unwrap an easy and robust way of doing menu highlighting. With these 6 documents, I would like to create a menu navigation structure. First, I'll just multi-select and press my Enter key to open every single one in a separate tab. Company pie, countries map here, month columns, etc. And for each of those documents, for instance, the salesperson bar here, I would like a menu over here. I just got a shape color green background, but I would like some text here saying salesperson bar. Of course, a trigger opening this particular document, and also would like some highlighting when I'm on the salesperson document, and the same for the company pie here. So let's go into designer mode and go and add a new menu. And this new menu should be a vertical menu, so that'll be the first thing I'm going to do, vertical menu. And then from items, let's go here and right click to add a new menu item. Now these menu items are going to open documents, so the text option here is fine. I'm going to add a trigger at some point, and with regard to caption, we could use the system variable called the trigger document title, this one, because then I'll just insert the correct title of the document. It should be left aligned. And one last thing I would like to do here is that the height, I would like to make sure that this one is always 50 pixels high, like this. Actually, at this point, we can also save it as a template. The advantage of that is that if we want to make changes to sizes or colors at some later point, it's very easy to do that through templates. So I'll just say it as my text item template. And by the way, I need to make sure that I'm actually using that template for this item. So there you go. And for this one, I just want to make sure that everything that can be used from the template should be used for the template. Actually, the only thing that should be different from item to item is the trigger. So this one is going to trigger to my company pie document. It's right in here, company pie, this one, and just OK in that. So here I got my first menu item pointing to that particular document. And I got 5 more documents, so I'm going to duplicate this one here and just make sure that it's reusing all the things from the template, etc. And it seems to be fine. And actually, I'm going to just make sure that I got 6 entries over here, all of them currently pointing to my company pie chart. But you can just go here and change the trigger for each of those very easily to make sure that it's pointing to the right document. So the last 2 to go here, and the salesperson's bar. Right, let's just click OK and have a look. You can actually see the menu here. Maybe we need to change the font colors here at some point, but first I would like to put this menu into its correct position. I'm going to use these controls down here to make sure that I got the correct height and width, etc., and placement. Now, for changing the colors here, going back to my menu properties, you'll see why I created and used this template, the text item template. Now, when I go here and edit this, for instance, to change the font color here to a light gray one, and when I click OK here, it'll come up with this warning. It's going to apply to a lot of things, yeah, but that's what I would like it to do. So we can have a look here that it's actually applying this new light gray color here and also out here as well. So I fixed all 6 in a single click with my item template. The next thing, I want to make sure that this menu is actually saved to file. And kind of the same reason, if I want to make changes to this menu at a later point, then it'll be very easy for me to just make changes to the saved file here, and then that will affect all the documents where I'm using this menu. For instance, adding a new document, a new entry to the list. Okay, it's been saved by now. Next thing is I'm going to add another menu for the highlighting purpose. I cannot do it in the same menu, but I can add it as a new separate menu here. So again, a new menu. And this one is also to become a vertical menu. And the special thing about this, I'm going to add a blank menu item here. And the only thing I would like to do here is to make sure that the height is the same as my text items, those 50 pixels. And having done that, I can now go here and duplicate this. Actually, I'm going to duplicate it at least as many times as I get documents, and potentially a few more. I think I'm going to create 10 here for the sake of at some point I might have 10 documents in my menu. Now the first one here should actually have a color because it's going to highlight my company pie document. So I'm going to use this background type here, and also going to change the background color to a white, but not a fully white, a 25% saturated white here, like this. And when we click OK, we should be able to see it. Actually, I think I'm going to save this one as a template as well. So just give it a proper name here. It could be my background simply, and also make sure that I actually use it here. For one reason, it actually gives a better name on the menu item list here. Let's click OK. We can already see that we got kind of a highlighting here. We just need to make sure that this menu goes into the right position according to the text menu. So again, I'm going to use these controls down here. It's starting slightly to the left of my text menu. Same height, should be about the same width, and I'm going to make it a little bit higher than the text menu. Oops, I need to be careful here. So the text menu was 700 pixels high. This one is 800 pixels high. And another thing here, if we look into our object list, we can see the two menus here, menu 3, menu 1, and actually menu 3 is my highlighting menu, so you might change the name here, highlight menu, and menu 1 is your text menu. So also for this, let's just name it text menu. But notice the order here. I'm going to change the order of those two. I'm going to pull highlight menu down. It simply means that now text menu is on top here, and it needs to be that in order for these triggers to work. The highlighted menu is now in the background, but still that's fine for highlighting the company. And also you can see why I made it a little bit longer. It's easier for you as a designer to then select one or the other menu. So I think this company pie document is actually done as it is. So I'm just going to save that. And then I'm going to copy paste these two menus to the other documents. I'm starting out with my highlighter menu. So I made a copy of that. Go over here, click, and Control V to paste it. And I'm going to do that for every single one. Now notice that the highlighter is still on the first level, the first text element, if you like. Of course, I'm going to change that. But as you'll see, it's very easy to do that in a minute. Also, the text menu here needs to be copied. So right click, copy on this one here, and just paste it in. Like this, and yes, of course, it looks like everything is being highlighted as the company pie so far. But for instance, for the salesperson here, we need the highlighter to go not up here, but to go behind the salesperson SPA entry down here. Now, in order to do that, just go to your highlighter menu, go into properties, and this is actually the clue here. Just move it into the correct position, I think into number 6 position, and now you got the salesperson SPA highlighted. And it's simply due to having these two menus on top of each other. Now I can close my salesperson SPA here and at the same time save it. And like I said, it's due to having these two menus on top of each other, and also make sure that all of my menu items are the same height. In this case, 50 pixels. That's actually quite important that you did that. So let's just move it into the correct position for every single document here. Close it, save it. The months columns document here, that will be the third one. So this one goes into my third position like that. Close, save. And then we only got one left to fix and to close and to save. So this one is my second position highlighting. Closing and saving this one, we are ready to trade out from the company pie document. So go into consumer mode and let's try the triggers to the other documents. Yeah, it does open the correct document, and also the highlighting is in the correct position. So even if you should add a new document here, it's very easy to do that in the Save menu, and also to move the highlighter button in the background. So thank you for watching, and why not come back tomorrow for another Target Christmas tip.